And right now you're joining us here at the University of Makati field. Anthony Stay here together with Mikey Carrion. And Mikey, it's going to be a great match. This is the Clear Dream Match 2013. Obviously, this is the second year that they've been doing this, and more people are getting interested in this particular rivalry between the two brothers, Phil and James Younghusband.
Most definitely, Anthony. As we see here at University of Makati today, it's basically full here for this Clear Dream Match challenge. And like you said, we got a lot of surprises here. We even got a world champion here on the pitch tonight.
Well, our friends at Clear, of course, wanted to be able to up the ante here as far as they're concerned. So what they've done is they've brought in two international players, Dennis Wise and, as you mentioned, Fabio Cannavaro. So these two are, shall we say, superstars as far as the world of football are concerned, and they've actually come to the Philippines to participate in this particular game.
Yes, you said they're helping here in the Philippines to promote football. As we know, it's been growing here in the country the past couple of years, and this is a perfect match. Like it says, the Clear Dream Match our football season is going to be starting soon, Anthony? So this is a perfect appetizer.
Right now, let's talk about the lineups. And when you start to break down these lineups, obviously I want to find out from your opinion. You played a lot of these gentlemen here. How do you think these teams stack up against each other?
Well, it's a fair. Both teams are pretty much fair, Anthony? They went through a draft system. So muna nagkapili yata si Phil, tapos pumili si James, Basically like old school, like back when we were in school, Jack and Poy, who gets the first pick, and they pick their team. So it's basically both teams are pretty much fair, on both sides.
Let's talk now about these international players that we keep hyping about. Dennis Wise on one end, and you have Fabio Cannavaro on the other. What do these players bring to their respective teams?
Well, they're going to bring a lot of experience, and basically teach our young players here in the Philippines, about football. And like you said, Dennis Wise, an England international. He's played for Chelsea, the top team of Chelsea, Then, like you said, you got Fabio Cannavaro. He's won the World Cup. He's played for Napoli, Inter Milan, Juventus, Real Madrid, all the top clubs in Europe. So it's going to be a great match here to watch.
When you talk about Fabio Cannavaro, obviously the Berlin Wall, as he is dubbed, is going to bring a lot of defensive presence here to the team of James. And, he was talking to me the other day, and he was telling me the reason why I wanted to stay with Team James is because they lost last year with a 5-1 scoreline. So he was telling Phil and the rest of his squad, you can be assured that you're not going to be able to score that many this year.
You're right. Team Phil won last year with 5 goals. So today, we got Fabio Cannavaro and Team James, and for sure, mahihirapan ang Team Phil to get some goals here tonight, Anthony.
On the other side, Team Phil is saying it doesn't matter because now we've got Dennis Wise, somebody who can really create for us in the midfield, and that should open up things for guys like Phil and the other scorers.
That's true, Dennis Wise, like you said, midfield player, he's going to create. And not just create, Dennis Wise is known for his hard tackles, Anthony?
And look at this, Phil, first touch, trying to get it inside, right in front of the box.
So there we see Phil Younghusband getting his first chance here early in the game. And we all know, Anthony, si Phil, he's the top scorer here in Philippine football in the national team as well. So I'm sure he's going to want to show, going up against a world-class defender, show na kaya rin niya, itong si Fabio Cannavaro.
Do you like that position of where Cannavaro is? Obviously, he's going to be manning the final defensive slot here for Team James.
Well, as we can see now, Team James, they're playing a 4-4. They're playing with 4 in the back. It's basically a flat 4, You got Cannavaro in the center with Yves Yashime, and then you got Roxy Dorlas from Loyola Meralco Sparks on the left wing, and on the right you got Jonah Romero from Kaya. And like you said, Fabio Cannavaro playing in the back. That's his classic position of his. That's where he usually plays,
There was this rumor, and I wanted to get your opinion on this particular rumor. The fact that, we have a ball inside the box first, so it's now cleared. But, the rumor was, because you bring in a talent such as Fabio Cannavaro, of course he is known for his defensive prowess, but obviously him being a talented player, there was some speculation they were going to put him up front.
Well, hindi natin alam. Maybe later on, Anthony, umakyat biglang si Fabio Cannavaro and shows his attacking skills as well.
And so that's something for the fans to look out for here, of course, as far as the Clear Dream Match 2013 is concerned. But right now, we've got another dangerous ball inside.
Here we see earlier in the game, Team James trying to get that goal. Just inches wide from the post. We got a lot of talent here on the pitch tonight, Anthony? Most of the players playing in the UFL. Tapos marami rin mga national team players who are playing for the Ascals,
Could you actually say this is like an all-star an all-star game
can
here
call
as far
that,
as
no, it's a-
Philippine football is concerned.
Exactly. But we also had a game a month ago between the under-23 team, no, against the all-stars of the UFL that finished 1-1 in a draw. And so we can say this is basically another number 2 all-star game here in the Philippines for us. And just great for the fans.
We've got a packed house here inside the University of Makati football field. UMAC as it's fondly called.
It's good.
You know, I'm just wondering how the pitch here might hold up, obviously, because you know there was a typhoon. Actually, unfortunately, the Philippines was underwater literally for the past 3 days.
There we see Navarro, great control in the back. Calm, controlling that ball, bring it down with his chest.
Challenge, let go. Here comes Phil, taking a chip shot. Just a little bit out of. Boy, the fans here are really getting into it so early in the match.
The fans are very excited, especially with Cannavaro. And you were saying, no, Anthony, the pitch, we're going to have to see how long the pitch lasts. Hopefully it will keep up, no, for the 90 minutes. You mentioned there's been typhoons in the Philippines for the past week.
There's a great opportunity here. Phil with a shot! And quickly, we've got a goal here for Phil Younghusband.
There we see Phil Younghusband, Anthony, early shot, first 5 minutes of the game, getting an early goal. Like you see the replay.
And that was a defensive lapse here by the back
we're
four
gonna see
players.
the replay. Phil taking on Yves Yashime. No, alam ni Phil, it's going to be much more difficult taking on Cannavaro. This was the earlier shot from Phil Younghusband that went wide. And smart play from there from Phil, taking on Yves Yashime, knowing that it's much more difficult taking on Cannavaro, took the long shot, and if we see the replay, no, Anthony, it bounced right in front of Saba Sadeghi. And with the, like you said, the pitch wet, that bounce was it's very difficult for goalkeepers. Here we'll see again the great shot from Phil. And we'll see just skip right in front of Saba, Anthony. Here it is. That skip, there you go. That just, after that skip off the pitch, the ball just picked up a bit more of speed, and since the ball's wet, it just made it much more difficult for Saba to hold on to the ball.
Obviously, Team James not happy with that early predicament that allowing Team Phil and the rest of their fans to suddenly celebrate early. And here they are putting on the pressure even more.
And lucky for Team James, nakita rin natin, they had 2 really clear attempts in the beginning of the match.
So you can't really say it's actually one-sided as far as offense is concerned, because obviously the other side, Team James, as you mentioned, actually had 2 great chances earlier. It's just that coming right back, Team Phil was able to score,
yes,
courtesy of their team captain, Phil Younghusband.
Exactly, no? The top scorer of Philippine football, got the ball, took on Yves Yashime, and great strike from Phil. We all know what he's capable of.
And you can see Fabio Cannavaro there trying to talk to his teammates, trying to organize that back four.
You can see here the striking power of Team Phil. No, we got Phil. We've got Chad Gold, the defender of Loyola Marico Sparks up front. Anton Del Rosario as well, looking for that ball, looking for that cross coming in.
So they're really trying to stack that box in here. Nice curling ball. This is going to go all the way to Saba. Saba there trying to jumpstart the offense from his back position. He might have an injury here.
I think there's going to be a foul called, Anthony. I think that's Izul Habib from Global.
Well, he's okay. He's ready to go. Here's Phil once again. Trying to look for help. Just constant pressure being put up here by Phil Younghusband and the rest of their forwards.
Nakita natin, no, that part of the pitch, Anthony, it's a bit more flooded, no? We can see that part of that side of the pitch.
I think that's one side that they should avoid. You and I were actually at that side of the pitch earlier, and that has been the worst hit by the typhoon.
Yes, no, and it's very difficult to play on that side. You mentioned, Anthony, they should try, the team, Phil, should try maybe playing on their left side, no? approaching Porteria from Team Phil.
I'd like to be able to see, OJ be able to try to use his speed here in this kind of a pitch.
And maybe take on Fabio Cannavaro
Yes,
one-on-one.
that would be a dream match.
There's going to be a foul there right outside the box on James, I think that was.
Patrick Dato has come out to talk to our referee. But that's not going to change things because, as you mentioned, that is going to be a free kick
It's going to
in
be
very dangerous territory.
great spot for a free kick. Maybe James can take it. Even Chifi Kalingdong might be able to take that. Here we see Masa Omura going for the tackle. And then there he's going for a handball, Anthony. I think it's going to be the captain, James Younghusband, taking this free kick.
Which I'm sure you like, and the rest of his fans obviously here very happy about this position they're faced with. Because right now, it's very important for them to be able to tie this game up as quickly as
It will
they
be good, no?
possibly
If they
can.
get a goal now early, it will be very good for them to tie the match right now. They don't want Team Phil getting another extra goal, no? Yun ang nangyari last year.
Quick chip, straight there to Patrick Dato. And you can see Chiefy there lurking.
Easy save there for Dato, straight to his body, no? But like we mentioned, the pitch is wet, the ball's slippery, so just Dato making sure, no, he holds on to that ball. And like you mentioned, Chifi Kalingdong just lurking around, and kilala niya si Patrick Dato, that's his teammate.
That's
no?
right. Great pitch there, loses possession. Oh,
there
the
we
fans
see
are being treated to great action here so far, Mikey.
And there we see a little mistake, Anthony, from Fabio Cannavaro inside his own box. As a central defender, he tried clearing it this first time with a back heel. And as a central defender myself, that's a no-no inside your own box. He was lucky that he was able to recover and make it up, but then he slipped as well.
Nice throw there by Roxy Dorlas to get things back. Here comes Phil once again. You know what? The attacks have been actually just about even if you look at it.
Team James had early attacks, and then we got Team Phil who had their chances, got that goal.
Here they come once again. That's a great setup. Another shot. And a great save there by Saba.
Great save, no, Anthony. And we'll see the replay again. It's another shot which bounced right in front of Saba, which made it much more difficult for him to save. That's why he could just punch it out for a corner kick.
Well, if you're talking about set pieces and actually who plays together better so far, it's obviously Team Phil because you can see the passing that they're doing and they've been passing with perfection.
Right, no, Anthony, they've been gelling much better, no, up front.
Quickly headed out. Here they come once again, looking menacing. Another ball inside.
And it's been all down that right wing, no, Anthony. They haven't really attacked much down the left yet.
Which is quite surprising. You and I were talking about the poor condition of the pitch on that side, but it doesn't seem to matter as far as they're concerned.
Sa kanila, okay lang sa kanila. Matake na lang tayo, doesn't matter where.
At saka yung kanilang mga atake have been legitimate attacks,
Yes.
and Saba just had to come up with another world-class save there.
Really, no? It's been a lot of attacks, no, from Team Phil right now. Team James started early on, pero change of pressure right now. It's been all Team Phil. Here's a Chifi Kalingdong down the left to James Younghusband.
And they just can't seem to get it into that box. The defense holding up here as far as Team Phil is concerned.
And you see the attacking power of Phil James. You got James Younghusband, Lisa Bahadoran, you have Chifi Kalingdong as well. So like we were mentioning earlier, no, both teams are more or less pretty equal.
Not the best of kicks there as far as Team James is concerned. Nonetheless, here's Chifi. That's a better ball. A little bit too strong.
Let's see if Misak Bahadoran can win it back.
He does. He gets it right back into the box. Does it get to Kalingdong? No. Dorlas. Trying to make that turn inside that box. They give it right back to Chiefy. Chiefy. With his weaker left foot.
They're able to
They
save
save
it!
it! And we're tied! It's one apiece.
Great play there by Team James. It wasn't the best of crosses from Chiefy Kalinto, but Misak Bahadoran was able to save that ball, cross it back into play, and it fell to James Younghusband. And James Younghusband.
That's what you
Really
hear.
good.
Goal by
That's why they
James
say you cannot
Younghusband.
stop when you're playing defense.
Here we see
You've
the-
got to keep going.
Here's the cross from Chiefy Anthony. It wasn't the best. They were calling for it out already. But Misak was able to put it back in, and great finishing by James Younghusband to the near post. Nothing Patrick Dato could do there.
And we are now tied at one apiece here. It looks like it's going to be a shootout at the OK Corral here at the UMAC. That was critical, I personally felt, for Team James to have been able to score and tie things up as quickly as they possibly can, because I'm sure in the back of their minds, they're thinking about that scoreline that happened last year, 5-1.
And that's what happened last year, no, Anthony? Once Team Phil started scoring, tuloy-tuloy na yun. Nothing Team James could do and come back. And James Younghusband, we all know, the whole year, he's been bragging about this game na gusto niyang bawiin yung kapatid niya, di ba? So here it is, they got an early draw. And here we just see, no, the class of Fabio Cannavaro in the back, Anthony. And you mentioned earlier, I play as a central defender. And just one of my idols back then. Here's Misak again, great control.
That just cleared out of any danger.
Very lucky there, Team Phil. I think that was Masa Omura with the clearance.
You know what,
Isu with
talking
Habib
about-
was right there.
Misak Bahadora is not worried about this pitch whatsoever. It's now starting to come down with heavy rain, but you know, these players don't seem to be bothered by it. And at the same time, that speed of Misak Bahadoran is really very surprising, especially with the pitch conditions.
You're right. No, the pitch is much faster. No, Anthony, the ball, it moves much faster. For Misak Bahadora's game, it's perfect. But the best process there from Chiefy with his weaker right foot. But here we have Team James now with a high pressure. We see all 10 players in the half of Team Phil. Great play there by Christians.
Well, the rain is coming down here at University of Makati, but nonetheless, everybody here smiling from ear to ear, just happy to be able to be a part of this Clear Dream match. So many people have been looking for tickets. These tickets here to the University of Makati football field have been like gold for the past couple of days.
They've been sold out, I think, for the past few weeks, no, Anthony? And it's a privilege to be here right now and watching this game live.
Dato comes out.
Hindi araw-araw na we get to have world-class players, as, like we said, Dennis Wise and Fabio Cannavaro here in the Philippines and playing with our players, no, as well. And I think they've been giving clinics to kids
Yes.
the past few days. So it's great, no, for our youngsters to get to see the class of these players and get to learn under them. Here's a great play here by Team Phil down the left.
They go out wide. They go to the middle.
And there we see Dennis Wise sticking a foot in there with Saba Sadegi and Cannavaro just smiling at him.
Well, Dennis Wise has been known for that. Dennis Wise is a
That's
real feisty player.
That's what exactly we were talking about earlier, no, Anthony. He's known for those hard challenges, hard tackles.
And I think Saba was very ready for that one. The moment he saw Dennis Wise there, he said, nope, you're not taking this away from me.
Dennis Wise was just there, no, hoping for maybe Saba to just let loose of that ball, and Dennis Wise was right there, waiting for that mistake.
Trying to go wide on the right side of the pitch. OJ trying to use his speed. And he's going to run out of space. Eventually, no, ball still in play.
Good recovery there by Yashime.
When you look at the lineup that Team James has right now on the pitch. And actually, when you look at his draft, he actually picked Yves Ashime as #1 because he wanted to shore up the defensive line quickly and make it solid.
Tama ka, no, Anthony? He wanted, like you said, natalo sila last year 5-1. So he wanted to make sure he had a solid defense. And we all know, Yves Ashime is one of the top defenders in the UFL, no? So it was a good pick there for James.
So would you say that was also heaven sent that Fabio Cannavaro also landed with him? So now he knows that he's got a solid back four.
Yes, you're right. No, Yashime and with Cannavaro in the back. Oh, great play there by Phil Younghusband, getting away from Cannavaro.
Play on, says our referee. Phil down on the pitch. The fans of Phil not happy.
You know, we just mentioned in the beginning of the game, Team James has a solid back four with Jonah Romero, Cannavaro, Yashime, and Duroxy Dorlas.
And at the same time, Team Phil and the rest of his teammates saying, so what, we scored on you early.
Exactly. They got a strong attacking lineup. Also for Team Phil, it's okay. You can have a strong defense. We got a strong offense.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's just go at it.
Something's gotta give.
Diba? Mas lalo na nga dito sa pitch na to, no, Anthony, like we said, it's wet. It's very difficult to play here.
First half action you're witnessing here. They go all the way back down to Saba. Nice long ball. But the defense holding up once again here for Team Phil.
Good defense from Team Phil. Solid defense as well. No, you got Anton Del Rosario. You got Christians in the back. No,
so those guys are not too shabby as well defensively.
No, I mean, we all know that they're both former Ascot players, or Christians is still in the lineup. So both these players with strong defensive lineups.
And even talking about these goalkeepers, obviously Sabag Garmarudi regarded as the best goalkeeper still in the UFL. On the other side, you have one of the brightest young stars as far as goalkeeping is concerned.
Just a shot from James off the post.
There's another attack, that one straight.
Very unlucky, it didn't bounce in after hitting that post.
Patrick Dato now under so much fire. Great pace we're seeing here from both these squads.
Yes, no, and we're talking about the strong defensive lines from both. And alam naman ng dalawa, no, Phil and James Anthony, na to have a solid team, you gotta build from the back, diba? So you gotta have a strong defensive line to secure your back, no, your defense. Kasi kahit malakas ang opensa mo, if your defense is weak, right, you're gonna score a lot of goals, but you're gonna get scored on too. So they know you gotta build the team from the back.
Are you surprised about how they picked this year? Obviously, because last year, the first picks were the goalkeepers. They wanted to make sure that they had two great goalkeepers to backstop the team. But now they actually went with the defensive backs first before going to the goalkeepers.
Well, I think, Anthony, like the goalkeepers, there wasn't much to pick from. And the few goalkeepers that were there, like you said, Saba was the MVP, but Patrick Dato's not a bad keeper as well, right? And then you got Ed Sacapaño, who's the goalkeeper from the ASCA. So I don't think it's a big difference, no, of getting Ed Sacapaño, Saba, or getting Dato. I think it was more important getting the players on the pitch, than getting your goalkeeper.
There's a nice ball. Phil's gonna get to it. No, offside.
It's gonna be offside.
And you can hear a huge sigh of relief from the fans here of Team James because Phil was all by his lonesome up against Garmarudi.
Especially the fans here, no, beside us, behind the goal. It's very difficult to see the line of the offside, so you can't really tell if it's offside.
And we are sitting here. This is actually Team James's side,
yes. And
Team Phil is on the opposite side from where we're doing our broadcast. And so you know, everybody there tuning into the Rappler broadcast. Obviously, it's not us; it's the fans itself, and it's because where we're positioned.
Whenever Team James does something good, we're gonna hear a lot of fans
exactly.
cheering.
It's gonna get really noisy here.
I'm sure they're gonna be booing for Team Phil as well here.
And suddenly, like that, you saw everybody was just silent.
Yes.
The moment Phil was supposedly all alone, if it wasn't offside, that would have been real trouble for all these fans beside us.
Sure, it's gonna be. Would have been one-on-one with Saba.
Here comes Team Phil. Phil loses possession. James now with the ball.
Great defending there by Great Witch, by Chris.
They go wide.
Here we have Misak. Back to Chiffy.
Chiefy's trying to curl one over his teammate in the UFL.
Patrick Tato. I think he was looking for Israel Habib in the middle. Just not the best crosses there from Chiffy Calidong.
Chiefy has not had a really great game here so far, but remember, he was the one who actually kept that ball in place, sent it over to the other side, which Misak handled.
The goal ni Team James, no? Galing, it all started from Chiffy Calidong.
Trying to go wide now. Team Phil looking for some holes. That's sent deep, but Cannavaro's there.
That's going to be no foul there on Chad Gold.
No foul called whatsoever. They just said it's outside, and it's still here, possession for Team Phil.
Here we see Team Phil not keeping possession of the ball, trying to build from their own half.
Great pass. Phil's there once again. And the Great Witch was actually free on the other side.
A great ball there from Porteria in between the defenders, looking for that diagonal run from Phil Younghusband behind the Cannavaro and Yashime.
But I guess it's safe to say that Phil Younghusband and the rest of Team Phil are not intimidated by Fabio Cannavaro.
Definitely, no, we've been saying, Anthony, hindi sila natatakot against a World Cup winner.
And I think that's the beauty of Philippine football is, we progressed in the last couple of years. Looks like a foul will be called.
Foul. It looked like, from our spot, it looks like inside the box. It's going to be right outside the box. Another good free
card
kick
is now being given here. It's a red. I'm not quite sure. Did I see a red card being given out? Dennis Wise is there.
Is it a red card?
It looked like a red card. He's holding on to the red card because that's happening from the other side of the pitch from where we're seated. And Patrick Dato is also talking to our referee, and so...
And regardless, no, Anthony.
So Nembot is gone.
Yes. I think it's the first foul Nembot commits. And here we'll see a replay.
Here comes Nembot from the opposite side.
But he still had, as we see behind him, he still has Masa Omura to play him there.
Here's that challenge.
And it's outside the box. It's inside the box. So it was a penalty. It was a penalty. It is a penalty. It's a penalty.
So a chance now here for James and the rest of his squad to pull ahead at 2-1.
So the question is Nembot being sent off? I think he's still on the pitch.
Well, that's a red card, so he's got to be sent off. I mean, I know this is a friendly. We've got open substitution, but still, he's done for the day.
But that's what I wanted to say, Anthony. Like you said, it's a friendly game. So parang the referee shouldn't be so hard on those tackles. Parang you should let the play go on. That's why all the fans came here, for the spectacle, no? And like you said, it's a friendly match. It's an all-star game. So you could have let him go with a yellow card. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Diba? I think a red card early in the game in the first half. I think that's what even Dennis Wise was complaining. Parang sinasabi niya, practice. This is just an exhibition game. You don't have to be that hard. But there you have it. Team James goes up 2-1.
Goal by James Younghusband.
We have all the fans on Team James celebrating that goal.
And as we mentioned to you earlier here in the Rappler coverage, we are sitting here on the side of Team James. Not that we're siding with him, but dito lang tayo nakapwesto. Kaya pag may magandang nangyayari dito sa team ni James, talagang mas maingay.
So we're gonna have to see now how Team Phil fixes the formation. They're going to have to fix their formation. They're one man down. They're playing with 10 right now. I just think the referee was just a bit too hard, no, Anthony. It's an exhibition match. You should let maybe... It wasn't naman a dangerous tackle on Misak. He wasn't going to get injured or anything. I think you could have let a yellow card go and give him a warning.
So we're just trying to double check if there actually are just 10 men on the pitch
Yes, they
now.
are. I thought Lembo just walked off.
Here's Phil. But you see, he quickly surrounded there by Ashimi.
Great through ball by Phil. Great through ball there. I think that was great witch. So here we see the adjustment made on Team Phil. They moved Chad Gold to the back. Chad Gold was playing up front with Phil earlier in the game. So they're moving Chad Gold to the back. It's going to be Chad Gold, Maso Moore in the middle, with Anton Del Rosario on the right and Christians on the left.
You know, that's really not by design. That's the choice that they've got to do.
They have no choice, actually.
Wala na talaga silang magagawa doon because obviously with Nembot was an excellent defender. At pag wala na siya, you really have to shore up the defensive back.
So exact, that's the first. We see the adjustment here in Team Phil. Chad Gold in the back. So they're going to be playing basically with 3 midfielders. They're going to have Wise, Minho, and Greatwich, I'm sorry, is the other one. And then we're going to have Porteria and Phil Younghusband up front.
Well, you got somebody like Porteria who can actually just create for himself anyway. He's got that speed, he's got that talent, and you know, he can break down the defense and actually also pass it off to Phil. Boy, that's a harsh challenge.
That's a hard tackle on Dennis Wise.
I'd like to be able to see what the referee says this time.
And it's a De Jong, a similar player to Dennis Wise. We all know De Jong loves those hard tackles.
He's another feisty player.
Yes. That's a good matchup in the midfield. Dennis Wise and Ascals natin si Jason De Jong.
Wise there in the middle of the pitch, waiting for that pass, trying to create when he possibly can.
There's a foul on Phil Younghusband from behind by Jonah Romero.
You know, these guys are all good friends off the pitch, but when they start to step onto that pitch, you can throw all of that out the window.
Most definitely, Anthony, when it comes to football, outside of the pitch, kaibigan lahat. You can go have a drink, but once you step into the pitch, walang kaibigan dyan.
Especially in a match which is hyped up such as this one, jam-packed stadium here at UMAC.
Both
You want to
sides
be able,
wanna win,
you want to
right?
be able to make sure that you send your fans home happy.
Tama.
At hindi lang yun, ha? You know what? They've actually have a contest. Our friends from Clear have actually come up with a contest. We're in.
With the winner of the result of the match.
Yes. And the person who actually, the fan who tweets the most apparently, will have a chance to go all the way to the World Cup next
Brazil.
year. Exactly. And not just to watch the World Cup, but you get to watch the World Cup with Phil and James.
Exactly.
Grabe naman yun.
That's a dream.
That's a dream come
That
true
is a
for them,
dream.
that's for sure. Again, looking menacing here is Team James. Looks like they really
sumali
want...
tayo dun sa contest, Anthony.
Kung pa pwede nga sana, yung
Oo.
problema, paano tayo magpa-call ng game at the same time nagpapadala ng mga tweets. Some color developing
See,
here.
it's getting rough. And that just shows on the competitiveness of both sides. Sinabi nga natin, both sides want to win this game.
Well, for the first time in this 2-game series, James and his squad have the lead.
Let's see if they can hold on to that lead.
There's that challenge from Misag. Greatwich
Greatwich.
not happy. There was that second motion.
Now we see the last few minutes since Nembot's been sent off, Anthony, nahihirapan itong Team Phil right now to get chances or even just to pass the half line. There we see another bad pass in the back.
They're really just putting on the pressure. Talking about the team of James Younghusband. Looking for another cross. That one past the mouth of the goal and quickly cleared.
Bad clearance.
As you said, bad clearance. Taking a pot shot. And they get possession once again, and they're going to reset their offense.
So again here, Misak with Romero down the right.
Onside. And finally the defense comes up with a stop. But can they do something?
Let's see if they can. Let's see Phil here, a quick counter attack.
That's a great cross.
Good ball in there by Phil.
It's still alive. They send it right back into the box.
But Phil Younghusband's going to be called on a foul there by pushing Cannavaro. Pushing Cannavaro from behind.
Goal
Dennis Wise
by
with a
Phil
attempt for the bicycle kick there,
Younghusband.
Anthony.
I don't think that's a goal. I think it's being called
No
a
goal,
goal.
no
but
goal, no
There is
goal.
no goal because it was a foul on Phil Younghusband.
Clearly pushed Fabio Cannavaro from the back.
There was that shot,
No goal.
which unfortunately will not count. And even the stadium barker got so excited, calling for a goal, and you saw the negative reaction from everybody sitting here beside us.
The fans basically just want to see goals, no?
Yes.
Wala na silang pakialam. Team James, Team Phil, they just want to see a lot of actions and goals.
There's another opportunity. It's 3-1.
And it's Isuel Habib from Global.
Wow, what a drastic
Here
turnaround
we
here.
see again, great cross there by Simon, great twitch. An easy tap in for Isuel Habib.
You can see Anton De Losario there in the back beaten. What a drastic turnaround. After yielding the first goal to Team Phil, courtesy of Phil Younghusband, James came up with 2 goals of his own. And then at the same time, you also have one here
Right
from
before-
El Habib.
Right after Team Phil was disallowed a goal, Team James scored the 3rd goal to make it 3-1 here tonight. So 3-1 here, Team James getting a 2-goal lead.
What a great turnaround here, as you can see.
Goal by number 25, Isu El Habib.
And the fans beside us once again, so happy as we approach the final 10 minutes here of the first half.
Team James putting up with a 2-goal lead.
Are you surprised at how easily it looks like they're pushing that ball up and there doesn't seem to be any resistance from the defense?
Well, that's the problem now with Team Phil now, Anthony.
The score
They're a man down
is
defense.
3-1.
So they're really not noticing that extra player. They're really noticing that kulang sila ng extra players. So it's much more easy for Team James to move the ball around, keep possession of the ball, because Team Phil's lacking that one player, no? So it's a big difference. No, having that one player less.
Here
on
they
the
come
pitch.
once again. That time it's cleared by the defense though. Can Phil and his teammates do something here right before the half? They go for the long ball, a little bit too long. Diretso kay Saba Garmarudin. Saba's gonna hold on to this one.
Easy stop there for Saba. And you can see now Team Phil, no, they're trying to catch Team James on quick counter-attacks, trying those balls behind the defense, no, of Team James.
Do you like that change in strategy?
Well, they have no choice, no, Anthony. Wala rin silang choice. They're a man down. They're gonna have to defend more right now. They can't pressure high. Pag nasa bolang Team James, Team Phil cannot make that high pressure. Nakita natin in the first 10 minutes, they were pressuring high. But right now, hindi na nila magagawa yun. So they're gonna have to sit back, wait for the attack of Team James and try to steal the ball and quick counterattacks and catch catch Team James, no, with those balls behind the defense.
Let's see if they can try to do that. They have about 7 minutes remaining. Yves Lashimi again, solid yung kanyang pinakikita rito. They gotta get it out of there, and Sabar Gamarudi clears it out of danger. Trying to go wide once again.
This is a good chance for Team Phil.
Nice layoff.
It's not a good shot there by OJ Porteria.
Well, you know, in fairness, it's so hard to get your footing right.
It's very difficult, no, Anthony, with a pitch like this.
But you know, our players are putting on a great show here for all the fans, especially for the fans of Team James.
Yes, that's what this game is really for, no, here tonight, for the fans, for them to enjoy, no, this, like we said, this all-star game with two world-class players here tonight.
You know, that was a very good question I posed to Fabio Cannavaro when I spoke to him the other day. And I was telling him, I said, do you want to be able to entertain the crowd? He goes, yes, I'm here because I want to entertain the fans. And I said, the problem is, I'm sure you also want to win. So where do you draw that line, or how do you find that balance between trying to entertain the fans and at the same time coming up with a victory? And plain and simply put, he goes, you know what, Anthony? If we come up with the win, our fans will be entertained.
Exactly. Exactly. Perfect answer.
And here they come once again. Team
Good
Phil.
cross.
Phil. And you see, those are the bounces that are really going to hound the goalkeepers and even the offensive
Even the
players.
forwards, no, that was just for Team Phil. He could have had an easy chance there, Phil Younghusband, but that bounce, no, it bounced off the pitch and it just skipped really quick off the grass.
Phil there with a curling ball. Not going to be enough.
Substitution
There's going to be a sub
for
in Team
Team
James.
Phil. Player number 9, Boy Cañedo. Replacing player number 20, Bio Jong.
Lee Jong from Loyola Maricos Sparks coming off. And we got Boyet Cañedo from Pachanga Diliman coming on the pitch.
What's the rationale there?
Well, I think it's more of Cañedo. He's a midfield player. They need somebody, to control that midfield, Anthony. Right now, we've seen Team Phil. Hindi nila nahawak yung bola. They're losing the ball very quick. So maybe they're going to stick in Boyet Cañedo in that midfield. So you got Boyet Cañedo, Chris Waitwich, you got Dennis Wise as well there in the middle of the pitch. They're going to try to keep possession.
Ball's going to be called outside. And you can see Anton De La Salle being extra aggressive here.
And he's going to need that as well. No, they're one man down. You're going to need Anton Del Rosario and Christians on the wings, moving up and looking for that extra player.
Just about 5 minutes remaining here in half number 1. You're watching the 2013 Clear Dream Match on live streaming here, of course, courtesy of Rappler. Nice ball down the wing. Porteria will have to backtrack first here.
So we see Christians.
They're swinging it to the opposite side of the pitch. Will they try to venture a long shot? Through ball.
Great play there by Team Phil.
And you see what Saba did the moment he picked it up. He gave it straight out to James, and now James out wide quickly as well.
That was a good play there from Saba. He also realized we just saw Team Phil pressuring on Team James. They had a lot of players pushing forward. So when Saba got the ball, quick play. Alam niya kasi a lot of players from Team Phil were attacking, so there were less players defending.
Bang! Look at that!
That's a great shot from Izu and great stop from Patrick Tato.
Wow, that long cross actually hit the crossbar. Three minutes remaining. We'll see if we can see that replay again on that long cross which actually hit and went off the bar.
Here, things are just getting more difficult, Anthony, with the rain. The pitch is getting much more harder to play on. We see players sliding. There's going to be much more sliding tackles now. We just hope that nobody gets injured here tonight.
And they also have to be wary about those sliding tackles that they've got to do, because remember what happened a while ago when Nembot got sent off.
But some of these tackles, though, Anthony, they're gonna be coming in. Hindi rin sadya. They're just gonna be the studs gonna be able to pick.
Wise there losing his footing. No foul will be called here. Play on, says our referee. Just about a minute remaining here in half number 1. Cortez is gonna try to look to do something individually if he can, but up against that wall in Cannavaro. That was clearly a foul there. That was a takedown.
Now it's really, really pouring, huh, Anthony? Just hope the pitch can keep up. As we see pa naman, wala pa naman puddles, no? The ball is still rolling, so it's keeping up well.
Well, you know, the facilities here at UMac have been really tremendous anyway. And I know the ground crew have been working double time to make sure that this pitch is in great condition here for this match. And so far, so good.
Yes, like we said, no, it's been 1 week of non-stop rains, plus here tonight.
Great stop once again.
Wonderful stop there by Saba. But I think that was a clear offside,
That was
Anthony.
definitely offside.
That was a clear
But
offside.
the flag stayed down. Those are the things you have to play with, Mikey.
Yep, and we could see Dev Cannavaro calling for that offside, but the linesman didn't call it.
Well, Cannavaro knew it was clearly offside, but you know, at the same time, he's got to remember that if that flag doesn't come up,
You gotta
it's
play
on.
the whistle. You gotta
Final
say,
seconds here of half number 1.
Just a fantastic save by Saba.
That easily could have been 3-2.
Here we got a corner kick for Team James.
This might be the final play of the half.
Might be one of the last plays here. And here we got the crowd, nobody getting off their seats, Anthony, with all the rain.
It's Chiefy taking this one with that pointed left
There will
foot.
be 1 minute of extra time.
So 1 minute added on here. Romero trying to get to that one. They get it to Caligdong. Chiefy. Nice layoff. Boy, that looked like a takedown there. What they're gonna say?
I think it's a
Play
goal
on.
kick for Team Phil.
Here's Wise. Now you can see many puddles now
You can start
forming
to
on
see
the
it,
pitch.
no, Anthony?
Great witch. Nice through ball. Ashim is there.
Great speed there by Yashime.
They were looking for Wise there
They were-
to
yes.
be able to create on his lonesome.
Wise is making that run behind the defense.
On the other side, Chiefy Caligdong once again. Chiefy sending it wide. That might be it here for the first half, and there you have it. Final whistle. Your thoughts in the first 45 minutes of play?
Well, first, we saw in the first few minutes of the game, Team Phil pounding on the pressure of Team
Our
James.
halftime
Team
score,
James had their
Team
chances as well.
James 3-1.
Had their chances as well. But
We'd
just
like to invite
weren't able
everyone
to finish,
to
no?
join
And then
in the festivities.
at the middle of the first half, Team Phil just losing them, but getting that call for that red card. And after that, it was just all Team James, no, Anthony? Well, most of the chances came from Team James, and they got the 2-goal lead. It's 3-1 now at the halftime.
And so as far as James is concerned, he was able to shore up the defensive line. It broke down early, but at the same time, as you said, after about the last 40 minutes, it was pretty solid.
No, the defense of Team James, in the beginning, they weren't playing as well as we were expecting them to. But like you said, at the last 30 minutes of the game, they picked up their defense. Even Cannavaro, as we saw, he was solid as a rock in the back.
Okay, we're gonna take a break here. We'll sit back and relax, and let's show you some of the sights and sounds of what's happening here at UMac. We'll be back for second half action in just a little bit.
Sigurado, Dorado. Sigurado, wala na sa wallet, wala sa bawat sulok ng apartment. Wala sa kalsada, sa sinehan, sa restaurant, wala na. Burado. Sigurado. Come on. Burado. Check, check. Sigurado. Come on. Burado. Burado. Sigurado. Sigurado. You guys feeling all right? Let's go. Posible kayang labanan ang agos ng paghamon. Mabuwal at madapama, sabay tayo aahon. Posible kayang mabura alilangan sa sarili. Ang tapang sa loob makikita. Ano na? Taglay mo ang buong bayani. Come on! Here we go! Sulong laban, wag tuturo. I can see it! Come on! Pakilan sa iyong puso at sigaw na natin ulo. What? Sulong laban, wag tuturo. Pakilan sa iyong puso at sigaw na natin ulo. What? Posible. Ayos ba tayo dyan? Yuma! Awit! Dilema! Nagdadawa sa ating kaibigan at nangangaral ang buong mundo. Pwede ba kayo tumayo? Wala na raw tayo. Tayo! Mga kabataan sa ating mga ulo. Kung gusto nyo kami, bakit hindi nyo subukan? sa'yong hindi maiintindihan.
Let's do it!
Ang awit ng pagkakita, awit ng hanggang sa kinabuka, awitin natin ngayon.
Are you guys still with me? I can hear you!
Ituring ang iyong sarili, nag-aawi ng ulap, kalangitang kuliblib. Kampanang yayanig, sa bawat nilalang magigising ang lupang kulang sa dilig. Ikaw ang magsasabi, tulad ng isang tanglaw sa gitna ng bagyo. Come on! Sigaw mo sa tumindigan magsilbing.
Say!
Liwanag sa harapin mong magiging ang bagong awitin.
Ayos ba tayo dyan?
Liwanag! Whoa! 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 Sumagat sa gabi sa bawat minuto lumilipas.
What?
Hinahanap-hanap kita sa isip at panaginip, bawat pagpihit ng tadhana. Hinahanap-hanap kita, ha, ha. Isigaw mo sa hangin, tumindig at magsilbi. Liwanag sa dilim, harapin mo ang bagong awitin. Come on! Liwanag! Isigaw mo sa hangin, tumindig at magsilbi. That's right! Harapin mo magitin ang bagong awitin. Liwanag! Liwanag!
Thank you!
And that was Rico Blanco, everyone. Join us later during the victory lap with South Border. Don't let this rain stop you from celebrating with us. Join us later with South Border during the Victory Lap. May we remind everyone that emergency exits can be located at all sections inside the stadium. For health emergencies, please immediately approach our medic tents located in front of the grandstand. Team Phil, VIP 1, bleacher, or Team James, VIP 6, bleacher. The Clear Dream Match would like to thank its official food sponsor, Greenwich. You may now visit the Greenwich booth located behind Team James VIP 1. You may also buy from our friendly Greenwich vendors roaming around the stadium. The Clear Dream Match is made possible by Smart, the official network partner. Seta Hotels, the official hotel partner. Adidas, the official sports apparel. Gatorade, the official sports drink. Rappler, our online media partner. Technomarine and Greenwich, Clear Dream Match's official food partner. Now, for Clear Dream Match Twitter promo. To join, follow at Clear Stadium on Twitter. Answer the Clear Dream Match trivia questions with the hashtag Clear Dream Match. 11 fans of the winning team will each get a limited edition Clear jersey and Adidas gift certificates. And the 11 fans of the losing team will also get their own Clear jerseys. All winners will be determined via electronic raffle. Now, for our last question, everybody listen up. Who will win the Clear Dream Match this year? Tweet your answers now with the hashtag Clear Dream Match. Adidas GCs and Clear jerseys are up for grabs, so don't forget to tweet with official hashtags. Who is your Greenwich favorite ng Barkada player? Send in your votes by tweeting using hashtag favorite ng Barkada and hashtag clear dream match. This event is made possible by Clear, the world's #1 men's shampoo. Now, for Clear Dream Match Twitter promo to join, follow at Clear Stadium on Twitter. Answer the Clear Dream Match trivia questions with the hashtag Clear Dream Match. 11 fans of the winning team will each get a limited edition Clear jersey and Adidas gift certificates. And the 11 fans of the losing team will also get their own Clear jerseys. All winners will be determined via electronic raffle. Our last question, who will win the Clear Dream Match this year? Tweet your answers now with the hashtag Clear Dream Match. Adidas Jeezy and Clear jerseys are for grabs, so don't forget to tweet with official hashtags.
Mike, check.
Welcome back to the 2013 Clear Dream match. Anthony Sty here together with Mikey Carrion. And Mikey, obviously we want to talk about what changes should these two teams make as far as their approach to the second half is concerned. Obviously, a little bit more changes for Team Phil than for Team James.
Well, it's going to be difficult now here for Team Phil. Anthony, we all know they're a player down. Lembot got that red card in the first half. So they're going to have to make some changes, solidify their back line. They're going to need a solid midfield as well, not to hold the ball. We've seen the last few minutes of the first half, they couldn't keep possession of that ball. So they're going to have to pack that midfield. We just saw that sub, Boyet Cañedo. They're going to have to keep possession of that ball and try to look for those counter-attacks with Phil and OJ Porteria up front. And Team James, with that 2-goal lead, maybe just continue what they're doing and pile on the pressure on the 10-man team they're playing against.
How difficult is it going to be able to come back? Obviously, you're down 3-1, and at the same time, you're also a man down.
That's why we're saying it's going to be very difficult. They're down 2 goals, they're down 1 man, and they're playing against a very strong team. We've seen the defense of Team James with Yashime, especially with Fabio Cannavaro in the back. He's been a solid wall there. Halos walang nakaldaan sa kanya. He maybe just made a mistake. We said earlier that backheel inside the box, but aside from that, Cannavaro's been solid there.
You know, Mikey, these two teams have been stacked from top to bottom, basically, because as we said, this is an all-star match. When are we going to start to see some of the subs come in? Because remember, we've only actually had one sub, and that was Cañedo, who you talked about.
Yes, and exactly. That was the sub not to fix the team. We might see the subs maybe coming in later into the game, maybe in the last 30 minutes of the second half. We're going to start to see subs made. Because for sure, Team Phil, we're going to want to get those goals back. So we're going to maybe wait late into the game and make those subs.
Let's see what's going to happen. The second half has gone underway. As Mikey has said, not too many adjustments as far as Team James is concerned because maganda naman yung kanilang pinakikita, and at the same time is lamang sila ng isang tao at lamang din sila ng 2 goal.
Tama, no? So not much adjustments from Team James. Maybe just, actually yung adjustment nila, it's more of their finishing. No, I think they've had attempts, they just weren't able to finish.
That's
so
a very
maybe
good
that's
point.
what they gotta maybe adjust, no? Their finishing, but sobrang hirap rin dito in this pitch, no? We've seen the shots, no? You lose your footing easily, so it's very difficult here playing. But thank God that the rain's not as strong anymore.
Well, it has tapered down a little bit, but the problem is, the damage might have been done on the pitch. As you can see, there's a lot of puddles already.
And we're seeing, Roxy Dorlas, he's trying to lift the ball, above the pitch. Anthony, he doesn't want the ball on the ground because sinabi nga natin kanina, the ball was rolling, pero ngayon nakikita natin maraming puddles.
As far as Team James is concerned, should they press the action? Should they look for more goals?
I think
they might be trying to even the score line as far as last year's edition was concerned.
I'm sure James is looking for those 5 goals, no? Sinabi nga natin, he's been the whole year bragging about this game, no? Anthony wanting to win, wanting to beat his brother, so definitely Team James should pile on the pressure and continue and look for more goals since kalabang nga nila 1 man down.
There's an opportunity here. It's right at the mouth of the goal and it's saved.
That would have been a great chance for Team Phil to get a goal back.
Remember, they scored very early at the
They
start
did.
of the first half, trying to score early here in the second. Saving that off right on the goal line.
Right on the line of Team James. I'm not sure if that was Cannavaro actually.
Still cat quick if that was him here. Watch this play.
You will see the replay. Good turn by Phil, Younghusband. But that Dennis Wise was offside, Anthony. That was great with the shot. And they're cleared offline by Jonah Romero right on the line.
And remember, the entire ball has got to get past that line. So
Right.
you could see the ball was already touching the goal line, but it's got to get past that. And so
Hold
clearly a
ball.
good decision.
Yes. But even before that, Anthony, nakita natin, Dennis Wise was clearly offside. When that ball, the shot of Phil came off, it rebounded off somebody, and it fell straight to Dennis Wise, who was offside.
So far, Pinibuena sila. There has been 2 very clear offsides na hindi tinawag. A while ago, there was one kay Phil, and then that one there kay Wise.
Right, no, I think both calls on Team Phil, but they weren't able to take advantage of those 2 mistakes from the linesman. We see them here in the second half, putting on pressure on Team James, even if they're one man down.
And you can see there, Dennis Wise talking to the fans that are right beside that particular spot. They will allow Christians to take this one.
Christian sweeping it in with his left foot. Good crossing by Christians.
You can see the players are really having difficulty now with this pitch.
There we see De Jong not lifting the ball off the pitch, no, Anthony?
Here's James. Looking for some help.
That's what we're talking about. The ball is slowing down.
And you can see the ball naiiwan doon sa likuran nila.
Iwan yung bola eh. If you leave the ball on the ground and you push it, we just saw, no, dito kay James, naiiwan yung bola. The ball's just slowing down. Those are the puddles we were talking in the first half. That's why we've seen teammates of James lifting the ball. We saw Jason De Jong lifting the ball from the pitch, so the ball can move forward, no? Because if you leave it on the pitch, hindi siya gumagalaw, no? Anthony, mukha man siyang parang we're playing beach football here today.
Parang yun nga yung nangyayari rito. And now we see a lot of the reserves here starting to warm up, so we just might be able to see some new faces on the pitch. It's been this basic 22 players and actually make that 21 dahil nawala nga si Nembot dun sa starting 11.
Yes, no, Anthony. And you said, no, we're going to start to see the subs starting to warm up. And we might be seeing them coming in, no? Because, like we said, both teams want to win. But at the end of the day, it's still an exhibition game, no? So you got to give playing time to everybody who showed up here today in the teams and let them play. And I mean, it's nice to win, but at the end of the day, we're all here to have fun and enjoy this game. And, you know, once in a lifetime in Philippine football for now. Hopefully in the future, we'll have more world-class players coming.
Actually, I was talking to the guys from Clear yesterday and I was saying, you know, hindi pa nga tapos yung laro kasi kahapon nga to. But I was telling them this game is already a successful event because it's sold out. You knew regardless of the outcome, the fans of Philippine football are the clear winners. Ang tanong ko sa kanila, how are you going to beat this one? What are you going to come up with for 2014?
We'll see who they bring in next year. Well, we all know one of the top endorsers for Clear is none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe siya yung dadalhin next year dito.
Boy, that is one way
Right?
to be able to top this particular
Definitely
event.
on top this, bringing him in.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Baka medyo mahirap rin next year. Alam natin, it's World Cup, no? And we all know that Clear has a draw here, a raffle, and two winners, lucky winners, are going to be going to Brazil and get to watch the World Cup, and he'll be able to see all the stars there for themselves. They'll be able to see all the stars there, no, Anthony?
Ibang klase nga yung ginagawa talaga ng Clear. And, you know, again, we tip our hats to them because, you know, the Filipino fans are now so pleased with the game that's being presented to them right now. But at the same time, they're also giving two lucky Filipinos an opportunity, as you said, to travel all the way to the World Cup. Remember, those World Cup tickets are very hard to come
Very
by.
expensive. The tickets just came on sale a few weeks ago, and you got more than 1 million people bidding for them online.
Hindi lang yun. Kasama pa nila si Phil at saka si James. So si Phil at James yung kanilang
I'm sure they're
escort.
gonna get priority with Phil and James, with Clear to go back to the locker rooms and meet players, right? So it's like we said, it's all sponsored by Clear, and it's a dream, the dream match.
It's a dream come true for all these fans that are here inside UMAC, and at the same time, a dream come true dun sa talagang mananalo at makakapunta dun sa World Cup.
Let's go on with this game. Let's see Antonio Rosario. He's not gonna make use of that long throw-in of his.
He's not gonna have enough traction. Foul na itatawag.
Corner! Hey! Take the ball!
You just said, no, we gotta thank Clear, we gotta thank Rappler as well for this online streaming, live online streaming. We gotta thank a lot of sponsors. No? For the last couple of years, they've been pushing Philippine football. We all know where Philippine football was, no, Anthony? Maybe 10 years back. Now we've just made a huge leap, no? And not just here in the Philippines, but in Asia as well.
Who would have been expected that we'll have a sold-out crowd here?
Just surprising here, no? Team Phil putting on the pressure on Team James here in the second half. Kahit one man down sila. Most of the second half has been all Team Phil attacking Anthony.
Is it because they've come in here to the second half with that aggressive attitude and mindset?
I'm sure they have. No, in the locker room, they had a chat. No, and they know it's a friendly, but like you said, they both want to win. And even if you're 10 man down, you just gotta double up, no, especially in defense. You gotta pressure a bit harder. You know, extra defense, extra pressure there. But aside from that, they got a solid team. You know, you got Phil Young. Whenever you got Phil Younghusband, OJ Porteria, you got Great Witch on your side. It's a solid team.
Trying to move forward. Team James not able to do it that time.
Surprisingly, nahihirapan ng Team James dito sa second half.
Pero you know, you're also a player once. Obviously, a lot of times, even if you want to stay aggressive, sometimes in the back of your head, you know you're playing with a two advantage.
Playing with 2 goals
With 2 goal
advantage, playing
and
with a man down.
Lamang pa sa tao.
Lamang kayo. That's true, no, Anthony? You tend to relax. And then some coaches also say that their teams play better when they're 10 men. No, because you got more space on the pitch. But it's the conditions of the pitch, no, as well, Anthony. With these conditions of the pitch, like you were saying, when you're 11 men, you keep the ball, you keep possession, you pass the ball. Pero dito, you can't really do it because of the conditions. So, kahit you're 10 men down, with how the play is going on, the long balls, and
Minho
it's not a
Park,
big difference,
player
no,
number 19,
here tonight. You got a
replacing
sub from Team James, or Team Phil, I'm sorry. I think it's Antonio Rosario coming off.
Porteria, player number 5.
Oh, it's OJ Porteria coming off.
Another opportunity here. Trying to push that forward. Wise with the long ball.
Here we're seeing it, no, Anthony. It's not a big difference anymore. If you're 10 men, you're 11 men. It's the conditions of the pitch.
Nice chip there by Chiefy. How did he miss that open goal?
That was just classic Isuel Habib, Anthony. Taking on 4 defenders and right in front of goal, just missing that last touch against the post.
Here it is. Watch
Here
this
we
piece
see
of action.
Taking on Chad Gold.
And
If
Chad
he went
Gold
down,
was
that should have been a
holding on to
penalty
him.
already. Taking on the keeper and coming off the post. Just classic play from Isuel Habib.
And James was there saying,
James.
how could that not have gone in?
James was expecting the pass as well, no? And that was just great skill there from Isu, Anthony.
And he stayed strong. Remember,
Yes.
he was being pulled down by Gold,
He
and he opted
he could
to
have
stay
gone
up.
down easily,
Yes.
and that would have been a penalty kick. I've been playing a lot. I played a lot of years with Isuel Habib, and he just loves doing that, taking on defenders. Paglabas ng goalkeeper, instead of just tapping it in, he likes dribbling the goalkeeper and bringing it all in by himself. And that was just a classic play there from him. Too bad lang, he just wasn't able to finish that.
Well, in that particular play, everything but the final kick into the goal was what the fans were looking for. And the fans here of Team James is where we're sitting at. That's right in front of them. They were just waiting to erupt.
Exactly, they were all just screaming their hearts out, waiting for that goal to go in.
Boy, the rain is coming down once again here. We thought there was a let-up. There was a slight let-up, and all of a sudden, here it comes right back. Patrick Dato comes out. High pressure being shown here by James and the rest of his squad.
There we see Christians opting to juggle the ball and kick it up high.
Just get it out of danger. There's a long ball. James wasn't expecting that one.
We're going to be seeing a lot of these plays now, Anthony, no? The long balls to looking for the forwards, looking for a mistake in the defense.
And you see a lot of times that ball getting left behind once it hits that puddle.
This isn't about skill anymore, no?
Well, I think more than anything, desire is going to come into play
It's gonna
here.
be a lot about desire and heart.
James, great ball down the side. There's Misa, gets away.
Good defending there by Christians.
Well, they send it back into the box, but very confident about their defending.
It's very, very scrappy, no, Anthony? It's
And
gonna
the
be
rain
very
continues
difficult.
to pour.
Very difficult to play right now. Where we see the players trying to chip the ball. No, they don't want it on the ground, on the grass.
That might be good strategy there. Just send it forward, and hopefully your striker will be there.
That's what we're going to be seeing here tonight, no, Anthony? A lot of long balls. Long balls to the strikers.
There's a chip. James, always lonesome. El Habib finally gets it through. That's what he wanted a while ago, and finally he gets it to go.
That's what we're talking about, Izu and Habib. He likes taking on defenders, likes taking on the goalkeeper, and there we just saw it again, making up for the earlier mistake of hitting the post. And here we see it again, no, Izu and Habib not missing that chance.
Nice initial stop there by Dato. But still, look at this. The desire of Habib, El Habib, to just stay with the play, finally gets that through.
That's a classic, like we've said, no, Anthony, classic Izu El Habib goal. And that's why he's one of the top strikers here in the league, no, in the Philippines. If not the top striker. No? Him and Rufo Sanchez are up close, and I think Team Phil is missing Rufo Sanchez here tonight, no, Anthony?
That's a very good point. Caligdon goes off. We'd like to be able to see, as you mentioned, Rufo Sanchez. It would be nice to see him in action.
Top scorer here in the UFL, no, Rufo Sanchez. Would have been good seeing him going up against Fabio Cannavaro.
Another long ball. Misag trying to get to it.
But there we see it, no, it's very difficult, no, Anthony, just even to just keep your footing, just to keep
James,
your
nice
feet
cross.
there.
Got a player down on the pitch. Looks like that's goal.
It's Chad Gold.
And he continues to bark there at Misag. Misag apologizing already. There's just no let up here as far as the action is concerned, and also no let up from the rain.
Here we're gonna see another substitute from both sides.
Player number 2, Marvin Angeles, replacing player number 11, Dennis Wise.
So here we got two substitutes from both sides.
Dennis Wise will be leaving the pitch. I'm not quite sure if he'll be coming back. He actually went over to James and gave him a big hug.
I don't think Weiss is gonna be coming on again. Here we got one of the Angeles brothers coming on for Team Phil. And then we got Ayan Araneta as well coming in for, I think, for Team James. So Team James taking off Izu El Habib and putting on one of our top national strikers, Ayan Araneta.
Replacing player number 25.
Well, now we get to see a lot of fresh faces. Well, it'll be nice to get these guys also into the game because they've actually been training for quite a while. They trained for about 2 weeks together. So you'd like to be able to give them some pitch time.
Of course, no, you've been chosen to play in the All-Star game and you'd want to get a few minutes, no? But as a coach, it's also very difficult, no, Anthony? Because as a coach, you do want to give all your players playing time. Actually, I had that experience of 2 years back with the UFL. I was the coach of the All-Stars UFL. We played against the Ascals, and it was very difficult for me to give everybody playing time. Here's another chance for Team James. Good clearance there.
Yes, given the conditions, you can see fantastic clearance Players sliding all over the place. Hard tackles. And again, it's Yves Ashime coming out on top.
Getting very difficult here now, no, Anthony? It's like, parang when you were kids back then, no, playing in the school pitch, raining, you didn't care.
And you saw exactly what Misag Bahadoran did a while ago. He was juggling the ball forward. Nico Bolzico coming in here.
Number 9, Misag Bahadoran.
Going to be replacing one of the frontline players.
So Team
Misag
James
Bahadoran.
taking on a striker, putting in a defender, no? Former Kaya player, Bolzico.
Number 2, Ed Salabano.
But it looks like they're going to be sending Nico Bolzico up front.
There's
Well,
another
at least
sub
for this
coming
particular
in.
corner,
It's
the
Saba
second one who's
Garamen.
coming in.
Saba.
Saba coming off, and you got Ed Sacapaño coming in. So our Ascal's keeper, Edsa, coming on the pitch.
De Jong going to send this one into that box.
Good
Is there
header.
some danger?
Great header by James in the first post.
Here's Phil battling it out with Romero. You can just see the conditions they're faced with.
And that's
And
where,
Romero's going to be called for the foul.
and that's where we see, no, Anthony, wala nang skills, wala nang... It doesn't matter anymore how skillful you are on this pitch. Like you said, it's more of who wants it more, and yung nga, puso.
And you saw exactly what Phil did there, making sure that there was a dry spot.
Yes.
In fact, he fixed the pitch.
Gumawa nga siya ng parang a little T, right? Yung a little T.
But it helped get it forward, but the defense holding sway.
Good ball there by De Jong forward.
There's a shot, a little bit high and off to the right.
Good try there by Ayan Araneta.
Boy, these are really tough conditions our players are faced with, but you can see they're just playing on.
They don't care, no, Anthony? Kahit
Well, this
gaano
is
ka
for the
lakas-
fans more than anything else.
Exactly. It's a privilege, no? This game, like we said, having these two superstars here tonight, playing here for us. We don't care how strong the rain is.
Yes. We're here smiling
Bring
from ear
it
to
on.
ear. Exactly. There's an opportunity once again. But it's cleared, but time and time again, Team James just really taking advantage of that one-man difference that they're enjoying at this particular point.
Team James is putting on the pressure now, no? And we saw, nakita natin, beginning of the second half, it was all Team Phil, even with that one man down. Now, tables have turned. It's back to Team James, piling on the pressure on Team Phil.
If you're just joining us right now, it is 4-1 our score line, and it's James Younghusband and his squad ahead. Looking to tie things up here.
Seems
in
like we're
this
gonna have the
head-to-head
same
matchup.
Mukhang pareho yung scoreline dun sa last year.
Yun ang
Anthony.
hinahabol niya sa tingin ko eh.
Yun ang hinahabol talaga ni James.
Or if he can come up with a 6-1 scoreline, then
Totally
so
even
much the better.
I'm sure he'll be bragging about it to his brother the whole year.
Can you imagine? That was 12 months that he probably had Phil in his ear.
Sure, Phil.
So ngayon sabi niya, ikaw naman ang magdudusa.
Great play there by Team James. Great 1-2 there right outside the box.
All these puddles making it even more difficult for the players. There's that nice chip and a great clearance.
Again, Team James wins that ball.
Do you get the feeling that parang mas mabilis sila sa bola eh?
They want it more, no, Anthony? They're showing it that they want to win. They want this victory. At pinapakita nila ngayon na, you know, they're one man up. You can see it, no? That their pressure. Here we see Diop just pressuring Angeles.
Nice ball, but a little bit too far to the left. As you can see, it's skidding there. Foul ang itatawag.
It's a good place for a foul for Team James. For Team Phil, I'm sorry.
Well, they're double teaming Phil. They said, he was the hero last year with those 2 goals to open up scoring, so we cannot allow him to do that again.
Spot for Phil, actually.
Looking for a dry spot, finally gets one. Romero there standing right in front of him, making sure there are no quick takes.
But no need for Romero not to stand there, Anthony. Once the ref said that the kicker has to wait for the whistle, the kicker cannot kick the ball, so you don't have to stand in front of him anymore. This is going to be difficult, no? Even if he gets that dry spot, no, Anthony, it's the footwork.
Yes.
The positioning of his feet, no, when he's running towards the ball to take that free kick, and especially his left foot, no, that he plants on the pitch, no, before he takes that kick. He's make sure that that left foot of his doesn't slide or anything.
Roxy Dorlas there taking his time. He knows time is on their side. Not to mention the scoreline is on their side and also the man advantage.
It's all on Team James' side right now. But that's just the difference, no, Anthony. If it was a dry pitch, no rain, it would be much more easier for Team James to keep possession of the ball, pass the ball around. But in these conditions, they can't really keep possession. No, it's parang medyo bara-bara rin, no, when you watch this type of football, no, Anthony.
There you see it again, trying to keep it above that pitch if they possibly can.
See
James not happy there with the
getting
pass.
frustrated.
Kanina pa siya libre, hindi siya nabibigyan ng bola.
Kailangan understand rin ni James, no, it's hard to give a decent pass to your teammate. Like I was saying, if the pitch was dry, it would be much easier for Team James to keep possession.
Araneta gets taken down there by Anton. This is another classic matchup.
Ayan and Araneta, yes.
Player number
They've been
15.
going at it for a long time. Ayan with Air
Replacing
Force and Anton in
player
Kaya.
number 4, Anton Del Rosario.
Well, Anton now will be taking a seat. Well, may chance pa rin naman sila bumalik, di ba? Kasi this is open substitution.
Yes.
But at the same time, as far as the coaches are concerned, baka hindi na nga ibalik yung kanilang mga
Yes, I
starters.
don't think they'll be coming back, no, Anthony. Just like you said, just give playing time to everybody. And we got a good free kick for Team James, and
There's an opportunity, and it just doesn't find the back of the net.
I think that was Bonfico with a header. Great
He was in a
chance
great
there.
position, exactly.
He was all alone, no, Anthony? They left him wide open there. Nobody was guarding him. And he's the tallest player on the pitch.
That's right. And you see him there just coming into your screens right now, getting all the way back to his defensive position. He will obviously come up to be able to help out with those corner opportunities.
That's another advantage here, no, for Team James, Anthony. I just noticed, pag tinignan natin yung height difference of both sides, you can see the difference of Team James, much taller than the Team Phil. See James, we got Bolzico, we got Cannavaro's not the tallest player, but he's fantastic in the air. No? You got
And he's
Diop, you
proven
got
that throughout his
Iso-
career,
yes. No? So much more height advantage here on Team James to take advantage on free kicks or corner kicks. We've seen a lot of subs here, not tonight, but I don't think Team James is going to be taking out Cannavaro from the back. No, we've seen him here controlling the back, giving orders to all the players, and I think James knows that he's the most important piece, though, in this team.
And they want to be able to, I think, win in style more than
Yes.
anything else, because they might have this victory in hand already. That cross a little bit too strong. Araneta trying to track it down.
It's very difficult for Ian Araneta to get out of there, just because of the conditions.
You can see even that back pass not able to get to his teammate.
Short. That's why in these conditions, for all the youngsters watching out there, you gotta chip the ball, try to play the ball in the air as most possible times as you can, no, Anthony? As we see here, no, if the ball's on the pitch, hindi siya gagalaw. You're not gonna get anywhere. That's why we see the players here, no, trying to lift the ball, chip it, or just start juggling.
Now another great opportunity
see
here.
Great skill from De Jong, chipping the ball, dribbling the ball, but with small chips, no?
That time they were trying to find James. He wasn't aware that the pass was coming his way. That's not a good sight. I can see now there's some lightning in the background, and if that comes closer, they might have to stop this match. Though we're about 15 minutes till the end of this match. So still a lot of action to still enjoy here at the University of Makati.
That's not a good sign, no, Anthony? Once we see the lightning, pwede magulan kahit gaano kalakas, but that's the worst part once you start seeing lightning on the pitch.
So far, no new faces being infused by the respective coaches. They're happy with the players they've got on the pitch right now. There's an opportunity. Great save by Dato.
Fantastic save there by Dato.
You know, Dato has come up with some great stops here today to keep that scoreline where it's at just 4-1.
And Dato's been proving himself, though, Anthony. We've seen him the past couple of years. He's become one of the top keepers here in the country. No, he's been called up to the national team with the Ascals. He's been getting a lot of experience there. Maybe he hasn't gotten a lot of playing time, no, but just being with the team, traveling with the team abroad, that's great experience for a young keeper as Dato.
I totally agree, because you know you'd like to be able to get them in different situations, even if they're not playing.
Yes.
But as you said, just to travel to another country, just to stay with the team, to train with this team, ibang klase rin kasi yung level ng pinaglalaroan niya.
Yes, and you know he's got a lot of players before him. Number one, you got Etheridge there. You got Neil Etheridge, one of the top goalkeepers, even in the Premier League. Then you got Muller as well, another top-class keeper. No, and then you got Edsa here. You got Dato as well. And we even got a keeper, no, playing in France, who just won the under-21 World Cup, playing for France. Alphonse Areola, he's got a chance still to play for the Philippines, Anthony.
So you can see, look at the pace of Ayan Araneta. A little bit too strong, though.
Last touch of his, he tried to chip it, but it was just a little bit too strong, no, Anthony? So that's one thing, no? The Philippines, the Pinoys, we got a lot of good keepers coming up here. It's not just the strikers, no?
Well, I guess it's safe to say that the future of Philippine football is now secure.
It's never looked this bright, no, Anthony? The Philippine football.
And there's Edsa coming right in front of Great Witch.
Substitution. For
We got another new face coming in here.
player number 20, Andrew Santiago, replacing player number 11, Roxy Orlas.
We got Santiago from Pachanga de Liman coming in, replacing the left back from Loyola Meralco Sparks. Another tall player here for Team James.
Well, Roxy Dorlas has done his duty.
Here we see Santiago now come in. He's not playing in a familiar position for him. He's going to be taking on Roxy Dorlas' position in the left back. Sanay natin makita si Santiago in the middle of the defense, no, playing for Pachanga de Liman. Actually, that's his partner, no? Anthony, Yves Yashime.
Tama.
Usually, yun ang pair ng Pachanga de Liman sa gitna. Yves Yashime and Santiago. But Santiago's going to have to move to the left today because we got the World Cup winner Fabio Cannavaro in the middle with Yves Yashime.
That's a real upgrade as far as their
And I'm
back
sure
line.
it's even going to be a great experience
Yes.
for Yves Yashime, Anthony. No, just the experience of getting to play with a World Cup winner beside you, giving you his ideas, teaching you his moves, where to position yourself. That's going to be a great experience for Yashime, for him to bring later on when the league starts, no, Anthony?
That's something you cannot get anywhere else in the world. And once again, Clear is bringing it to all our young stars,
They say that's
all our
something
young
money
players.
can't buy. Yves Yashime getting experience, 90 minutes playing with Fabio Cannavaro beside you.
Not to mention the fact that even Dorlas, now Santiago gets to come in. Well, we're approaching the final 12 minutes of this match. So far, in solid control is Team James. Before I go, because I'm going to have to help out with the awarding ceremonies, I just like to thank Rappler for giving me this opportunity and working with you, Mikey, once again, because it is fantastic calling this game, and we look forward to more events such as this one, courtesy of our friends from Clear. And of course, as far as Philippine sports is concerned, Rappler has been a great and big supporter.
Sure, no, Rappler's always been there, no, with their live streams,
Player number 6,
supporting football.
Daniel
Not just
Matsunaga,
football, all the sports in the country.
player number 10, Jonah Romero.
Sub for Team James.
And why are the fans screaming?
All the Team James fans here going crazy over the Brazilian-Japanese player, Daniel Matsunaga.
Coming in for the very first time. Fabio Ide is actually also in that squad.
Let's see if the two players can bring some Brazilian flair to this match here tonight.
And let's see what adjustments they have to make first, because they're obviously not used to coming on off the bench and in these kind of conditions.
And even playing with top players, not at this level, Anthony.
Might be another opportunity here.
But we all know, no, Daniel Matsunaga plays for the champion team in the UFL, the Stallions.
So again, I'll try to join you after the awarding ceremonies are done, but if I'm not able to, again, it was great working with you, Mikey, and I'd like to thank everybody who's
Anthony.
following this game here on Rappler, and we do hope to see you once again for more events here in Philippine sports.
Okay, Anthony. So here we're gonna have a free kick, no, for Team Phil. It's not the best clearance from the defender. Difficult tackles here in the middle of the pitch. Here we go. Here we see Team James trying to look for that counter-attack. Looking for Diop right on the left. Good ball in by Diop. Here's Team James with a chance. Just unlucky there by James Younghusband. That was a shot from Daniel Matsunaga, just drifting wide of the goal of Dato. Let's see if Team Phil can get a goal back here in this last 10 minutes. They're 3 goals down here tonight. Good defense there by Team James. Simon Greatwich going for that long shot. And just inches wide there from that Edsa Capaño's goal.
Substitution for Team James. Fabio Eden, player
We have
for
another
12.
substitute coming in.
Player number
And it's
5.
a other Brazilian, half Japanese Brazilian player for Team James, Fabio Ide, coming in the match.
Substitution for Team Phil. Player number 12.
Replacing the World Cup winner Fabio Cannavaro.
Player number 28. Jeffrey Crazy.
So Fabio Ide coming into the match, 10 minutes left, replacing Fabio Cannavaro. We're going to see some adjustments here from Team James now. Moving Jason De Jong back to the defensive line. So we're going to have De Jong and Yashima in the middle, and Fabio Ide moving up to the midfield, helping that midfield of Team James. Thank God the rain just stopping right now. Wyatt Cañeda returning the ball to Team James. Here we see Phil pressuring Yves Yashime. Nakita natin, very difficult to play here with the puddles. Good cross there by Phil. Ball just picked up by Edsa Capaño. Long ball here by Edsa. Good clearance by Chad Cole. Diop back to Santiago. And Santiago just trying to lift that ball, not just trying to chip it over. Not that if Team James can get that one goal and match the scoreline from last year, where it ended up 5-1 for Team Phil. Team Phil trying to pull back a goal. 3 goals down now for Team Phil. Good defense there by Jason De Jong. Medyo humina rin ang ulan dito sa UMac, University of Makati. Here, Team James looking to push forward. James Younghusband with a long ball looking for Ana Raneta. He's just called for offside. Good run there by Ira Raneta, just caught offside. Great ball there by James Younghusband over the defense, no? Trying to look for those diagonal runs of Ira Raneta. Sinabi nga natin, it's very difficult to play with the ball on the pitch. Long ball from Chad Gold. Foul for Team James. Last 5 minutes of the game. Tingnan natin kung makabawi pang Team Phil, no? Get a goal back, or kung ang Team James makukuha nila yung 5 goals that yung nakuha ng Team Phil last year. This was just great football here tonight at the University of Makati. Brought to you here by the live stream of Rappler. Ito na yung mga last substitutes gonna be coming in. Here we see the substitutes. We got Miko Mabanag from Team Phil.
Replacing number 8.
Nico Donald's coming in and Team Phil as well, replacing Patrick Tato. Tapos dalawa rin ang subs dito sa Team James. We got Tony and Slick Rick coming in. Taking off Greatwich and Jason De Jong. Seems like Team James is sure of the win. They're up 4-1, putting on their last substitutes. Long ball there for Gold. Straight out, no, it's going to be a goal kick here for Team James. Long ball from Edsa Capaño. Team Phil trying to fight for that ball, trying to get that goal back. Pumasok na rin si Eddie Malyari here for Team Phil. Kaya FC player. Itong tatawag foul on Phil Younghusband. Here we see the players just drenched in water here tonight. So we'll see Yves Jashime kicking that ball up forward. It's going to be one of the last few chances here tonight. At sa Capaño ang sisipa po ng bola. Tingnan natin kung isa pang goal itong Team James. Just a fantastic night of football here. A chance to see world-class players. Sinabi nga natin, Dennis Wise, former Chelsea. And of course, Fabio Cannavaro, the World Cup winner with Italy in 2006.
Substitution for Team Bill. Player
Another
number
substitute.
88, Sam YG.
It's going to be Sam YG coming in for Chris Greatwich. So mukhang lahat ng mga players already got their chance to play here. All the substitutes coming in. Everyone happy here tonight? And here we see the sign. 3 minutes of extra time will be added to the match. Here we see the two brothers, Phil and James,
We have 3
going
minutes
at it.
of added time.
The two brothers still in the middle of the pitch discussing this. So they're going to give the ball to Team Phil. One more last chance for Team Phil to get a goal. But great defense there by Team James. There's going to be a foul there. Foul ni Ian Araneta kay Chad Gold. Chad Gold not happy with that foul. Oh, that's a strong foul there. Binawihan ni Chad Gold, Ian Araneta. Hard foul there by Chad Gold from behind. And quick play from Ian Araneta. Habang nagsasorry si Chad Gold, Ian Araneta was trying to take advantage of that play. Good cross by Team James. Picked up easily by Nick O'Donnell there. The KFC keeper. Not the best of clearances by O'Donnell. There's going to be a good chance for Team Phil. It's just going to be called offside. Last few minutes of the game. It's going to be Yves Yashime clearing this ball up. Looking for a last chance here for Team James. And at least get to tie yung scoreline nga nung last year, no? 5-1 nung nanalong Team Phil. This year it's 4-1 up for Team James. Another chance here, a foul given to Team Phil. Boyet Canedo putting the ball in the box, one of the last few chances. It's going to be a foul called. Free kick for Team James. Tignan natin if they can produce one last goal here tonight. It's going to be Diop from Pachanga Diliman with that free kick. Makita natin, hirap na hirap sila sumipa, no? With the puddles here. Good defense there by Mabanag. And it's the end of the match. The referee blows the whistle. And Team James, makabawi, get the 4-1 win here tonight for Team James. Great win here by Team James, and this great match of football, no, dito sa Philippine football tonight. Doesn't really matter who won, just for the fans to enjoy. It was a great match, and we can see, no, lahat ng fans nag-enjoy. So great day for Philippine football. And yun nga, having as World Cup players, not just like Fabio Cannavaro or Dennis Wise, it's just a privilege here for everyone to watch. Here we see the players. Here we see Team James, no? They're very happy to get the win back. Nakabawi sila from last night, from the last year. Ito Here we see the players in the half-line pitch, greeting each other. Great night of football here dito sa University of Makati. And the fans just enjoyed, no, getting to watch their favorite football players. Here we see Team Phil not happy. At least naka 1-1 na sila, no, for Team James and Team Phil. Team Phil got one last year, and we got Team James getting that win back.
Good evening,
with a
University
4-1
of Makati.
victory here
Welcome
tonight.
to the awarding ceremonies of the Clear Dream Match. And I'm sure all of you are happy with the fantastic game you saw just a few minutes ago. Let's give a big hand for the two teams competing. Let's hear it for Team Phil and Team James. And at this point, to begin our awarding ceremonies, can we please call in all the players from both squads, Team Phil, Team James. Please join me up here on stage. Of course, before we give out our runner-up trophy and our champion trophy, we do have a lot of individual awards to be given out. Come on, gentlemen, join me up here. Obviously, James and his teammates are a little bit more excited to get up here on stage. But let's call back. And also over here, Team Phil and the rest of his group. Hello, gentlemen, can you join me up here? They want all the players up here. I'm not sure how we're gonna fit, but we'll make do. They want us up here. Let's squeeze in. Phil, can you call in the rest of your teammates as well? Good job, gentlemen. Well played match. As we call in your opponents, who also had a gallant stand, but in the end, we're tied. One game each.
1-1.
So obviously you must be glad about the result.
Very glad. I mean, very thankful to everyone who came tonight. I know the weather wasn't the best, but really thankful to everyone, all the fans who came in this weather and kept supporting, and very thankful for Clear for this opportunity. So Maraming Salamat. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, James and the rest of his squad. We're gonna wait for Team Phil. Come on up and join us. We'll have all the players. Can we have all you gentlemen from Team James on one side, and we're gonna be calling up the other group from Team Phil up on the other side. Hopefully we'll fit up. Thank you very much. That's what I like Fabio for. Thank you. Come on up, gentlemen. Are you guys complete? Okay, while we're waiting for the rest of Team Phil to come join us up on stage, you guys can have your picture taking. And our members from the press here will get their shots of the champion team for this year's edition of the Clear Dream Match.